considerations. So we talked about the consideration of, breastfeeding the first day, to consider while you're fasting. And we also talked about, yesterday, we talked about a fasting, if you're dealing with a eating disorder. And then making certain that we understood, the seriousness of the consecration part, the things that we are denying ourselves of. And so today this one is so timely for me, the strength part, and I'll share with you a little bit later. And I did also stress that during this time of sacrifice that you are going to be, sacrificing, the flesh, things are going to come your way that aren't so. You're going to take those hits. And last night, I took a hit. So we will get back to that. And I just want you to know there are several, people that are going on this journey with me, some friends and family. And of course, I wanted to make certain that I invite my YouTube family in, my Facebook family in, so that I would make certain that, we are all, on the same page of reaching those goals, those spiritual goals in 2025. We thrive in 2025 on the spiritual side. Everybody's always concerned about making those New Year's resolutions and leveling up, the natural. But I want us to shift. I want us to do a shift in our thinking, in how we are approaching life, how we're approaching, our spirituality, because all the material things in the world cannot, prepare you for the hits that the adversary will throw at you. But if we draw near to God, we will be better equipped and prepared for such a thing. And so in this live, we're going to, glean a few of the symptoms during a prolonged fast. And I know it is day 3. And so there are certain things that's probably going on with your brain right now, and because I know it is for mine. And so we'll talk about, some of those things. And then there's a second here for frequently asked questions. And there's some very interesting questions on here that need to be addressed. Because most people, they may wonder about them, but, ain't nobody asking no questions. So we're going to render some questions and some answers to the frequently asked questions that people really want to know concerning the things that you are to, get into when you are doing your fast. So I'm going to search for them here, and I'm going to find me in a minute. Less than a minute, I'm sure. Okay, now on page 11, that's what it says. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, Jeff Neighbors? How are you, Summit? How are you, Takira? How are you, Mufasa? Hello, Valeria. I just thank God for y'all this morning. That's delightful, absolutely delightful. So one of things, like I said, a lot of churches are on their 21-day fast right now. And because, hey, honey, let me tell you, all the churches, if they are indulging in this fast, the nation needs all of us to be on our face before God. Because, now, okay, y'all, you hear the growling. There's 2 knuckleheads back there playing in the background, Dottie and Tyson, so forgive their noise. But yes, the nation needs the prayers of the saints. The nation needs, the saints to be putting them before the altar. Because a lot of times, hey, our rulers and our leaders, they may not be as tuned into spirituality as we are. And because they are ruling our nation, we are mandated to keep them in prayer and God. That is a requirement of the children of God, right? And as we are to pray for our leaders of our churches and things like that, everybody leadership, and I love the fact that my pastor always stresses this. Anybody that's in any type of leadership position in your church, you need to be putting them before God. because they need guidance when it comes to, leading the people of God, and giving the right insight, and things of that nature. So I just want you to, know that I am putting each of you before God, because these are challenging times in our nation. And we're having challenging times in our personal lives. Those of us that are parents, even if we are parents of adult children, we are always praying for them. Just because they're out of the house doesn't mean they're not still on our hearts, and we're going before God for them. So I am going to, in this fast, there are certain things that we want God to do for us, and I am definitely putting my family before God in this season, because and I come from a very large family, so I'm not just talking about the three that gave me stretch marks, okay? I'm the eighth child, so and then there's 125, you know, grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, everything that my mother, left behind a year ago. So the family is really, really large, a host of nieces and nephews and all of that kind of thing. And everybody has their own challenges, And so I thank God, for my family, even though, and you can attest to this, your family will give you the greatest challenge of any outside person in your life. You go through a lot of challenges, in families, and Lord knows in heaven, especially when you're dealing with a large family. Ooh, honey, the issues are evictions. You know what I mean? So so that's one of the things that I'm asking God for, is hey, Cater Kurt, is hi. And so that's what I'm asking God for, is to, work on behalf of my family, those that may have been struggling with job loss last year. People were going through, they really were going through. I grew last year, and sometimes those things, they carry over in the next year of you waiting for God to, work those things out. So I want to go over some of the frequently asked questions during a fast before we into today's a prayer, which is on strength today. So one of the things is, can I have salt, pepper, seasonings, milk, whole grains, soy products, eggs, protein drinks, vitamins, or butter? Okay, and of course, normally we are seasoning our foods with all of these different things, and so we're making sacrifices in this time. So let me give you the answer, okay? Let me give you the answer. So it says the general guidelines for each fast can be found in the types of fast. We went over that the other day. However, fasting, it's a private discipline, as I said before. It's between you and God. It's not, what everybody else is doing, what everybody else think you ought to do, because we're all different and we all have our own set of circumstances and challenges. So again, it's a private discipline. It is not something that is meant to be unattainable. So honey, if you some pepper on it, put some pepper on it, okay? Because I sure had to put some little pepper on my salad yesterday, right? So decide what is feasible for you and do your best, right? So now we do understand that, for instance, I'm doing the Daniel fast. And of course, I'm denying myself bread and sweets, which is my biggest challenge, because sometimes my sugar addiction kicks in so bad, honey. I be around here like having that junkie itch, and so because it's just that serious for me, and I really have to, seek God's counsel on, helping me have a better discipline about my sugar intake or whatever. I'm telling you, the snack cakes and all that kind of stuff, baby, that's my jam. And so, if you're on the Daniel fast, some of these things that that we mentioned or whatever, I know if on the Daniel fast, I'm denying myself dairy products, right? So the milk and like that is something that I know that I I've chosen not to have. So just consider the type of fast that you're going on, and then that will answer some of the questions about, the can I haves, right? And another thing too, what if I have medical conditions? This is really, really, really important. Because we want you to be healthy. We do not want you to put yourself at risk during this time of fasting. So, and I keep stressing, consult your doctor before starting any fast. Decide together what is possible, right? Decide together with your physician what is for you. And if your health condition prohibits you from fasting food, try fasting something else and concentrate on prayer, Bible study, right? So if you know that you have a regular routine of, scheduled medications and things like that, and we all understand if you're taking medication, you need to eat. We don't need that lining of the tummy messed up taking medications without food. So do something else. Increase that Bible time, and that prayer time. So that answers that. And what if I start? Okay, another question. What if I start and can't finish out the fast? Have I fasted for nothing? Have you fasted nothing? Indeed, I say no, 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 no. All right, seeking God through prayer and fasting is never a waste of time. It's never a waste of time. God honors each and every effort. When you make the effort, God takes notice. Just determine within your heart that you will make an even better effort the next time. Or try finishing up with a partial fast, right? So if you can't make the 21 days, commit to what, is possible for you, and nobody's beating anybody up about anything. Hey, if you can hang in there for 2 days or whatever, hey, I'm grateful for the 2 days. But again, increase that prayer time. Just because you can't go on the physical fast without the food and the drink and all of that kind of thing, honey, you can stay consistent with your prayer time and getting in the word, right? Very good, very good. All right, so another one. Do I continue exercise while on the fast? And that's important to know because, I go to the gym, most early mornings, and and I usually ride my bicycle to the gym and ride my bicycle back. But honey, right now in Houston, it is cold as a penguin's booty out there right now. Okay, and I will not attempt to ride my in this cold. I mean, the cold, it's just like it cuts you in half. So that's one thing I know that I'm going to refrain from doing. And hey, Jason, that's one of the things. Riding my bike in the cold or whatever is something always I love to do. But in temperatures like this, I'll drive my car. But the question is moderate exercise. Is good. So if you are denying yourself food and water and things like that for extended periods of time, and everybody timing is different according to when you want to break your fast during the day. So if you know what your schedule is and everything, I would do a little brisk walk and everything. I wouldn't be asking nobody to spot me. All right, I don't do that anyway. I do the little hand weight, so I'm not that grown up when it comes to strength training. But yes, moderate exercise. But it is best to always, and we're going to continue to say this, consult with your doctor first. Consult with your physician first about fasting exercise. And it says if you are on a complete fast, all right, if you are on a total fast, no food, no water, then you may not have the energy for a high level of exercise. So keep that in mind. Definitely keep that in mind. We're not wanting you to overexert. We're not wanting injury, and we're definitely not wanting you to cause yourself to get ill. So now, this question here, one of the frequently asked questions, it says, I forgot and ate something that wasn't on my fast. Do I need to start again? Absolutely not. No. Hiccups and errors can come. We're transitioning into this thing. So if you stumble a little bit, no. So think of fasting as a marathon rather than a sprint. So there's no judging. Don't give up. If you fall down, get back up. So those are the few of the frequently asked questions, and I will go over some more tomorrow. But today, day 3. I'm excited about day 3. I needed day 3. It came in such a fashion for me because today, day 3 is strength. The strength that we definitely focus on, is God's strength, not mine, because I'm that is insignificant when it comes to the strength, to my strength. I need God to inundate me with his power and with his strength. And because situations come on a daily basis, we are blindsided on every turn so many times in our lives. And we need God to step in and be that driving force, that strength for. And of course, this is a familiar scripture that it gives in Philippians. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that's Philippians 4:23. And before we go into the prayer, I wanted to share with you some others on strength. So one of the ones that I love is it's Isaiah 40:29. Simply it is, he giveth power to faint, and to them that have no might, he increases the strength. And we find ourselves on a daily basis, most times feeling that we have no might, we have no strength, because life can be a gut punch. You out here, when you say life is life, and when you're out here doing this, that means you're going to get the unexpected. You're going to get the trial. Sometimes they say the trial of the century. You're going to get the trial of your lifetime sometime in a 24-hour period. And you are so up sometimes. You're so hurt. You can't think straight. And sometimes, it'll hit you so much. You almost forget how to pray, really. That's when you need to call somebody else and say, hey, look, I'm going to need you to stand. I'm going to need you to stand with me because, my friend yesterday called me yesterday. I'm going to share her testimony and mine as well. She got a call at work, and her neighbor, brother-in-law committed suicide yesterday. And I mean, they're very close knit and everything. And it just, and I'm on the phone, with her, and this is when you got to go down in prayer immediately for people, because I mean, you need to get jelly in it and it'll knock you off your square. But that's hard, because in this season, people are feeling like they can't make it. They can't. Life, it's so daunting for us. And especially if you don't know God, you don't think you can survive if you lost your job. You don't think that you can handle it if your financial situation changes. People, don't think that they can make it if they lose their house, if their relationship fail. These are things that happen every single day. But those that don't know God, they don't know how to go through. And we need God's strength. And of us that are, people that are in Christ, they become suicidal as well. And so, because the enemy is trying his best to take God's people out. He is trying his best. Look at what we are faced in our society today. The economy is at an all-time low when everything is expensive. I mean, honey, you almost need a job to buy some eggs around here, right? So these are things that, some people that are, not strong in their faith or don't even have, a faith walk. It's tough. And it becomes so overwhelming to the point where, people think that the only option is to take lives. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. I rebuke the spirit of suicide in the name of Jesus. And I mean, and it's, in our community, in the African American community, that used to not be so prevalent. But if I tell you the devil is running rampant, in in our communities now with suicide. You know, it hits home. A lot of us have personal stories of suicide, and those that are have family members that are taking psychotropic medications and things like that. They're dealing with suicidal ideations and all of that. Honey, we have to stand in the gap. Those of us that are God fearing, that are Goders, that are servants of God, we have to stand in the gap. We really do. And especially if people are that if they even have the strength enough to say what they're going through, please never take it lightly. Please, never, they're just saying that or whatever. You ain't gonna do that. Please never take that approach when a person says, even in jest, if they're joking or whatever, don't take it lightly. So the strength that you have, sometimes your strength is gonna have to be on loan. You're gonna have to loan that strength to somebody. And that's why it's important for us to really be serious when it comes to our fast, because we're seeking to be closer to God. We're seeking to build our ministry so that we can be, kingdom builders. We need this fast. We need this fast. So, but understand, this fast is just not for you. Yes, it is an individual affair when you are doing this fast, but you're going to God for greater things, to greater things that have to be done, especially in His kingdom. And of course, we need to understand that people are counting on us. That's why people calling you to pray all the time, because they kind of feel like you got a direct line to the Father, when they should understand you can have that same direct line, but know that your strength, it's going to be on loan. Yes, indeed. And I want to share another scripture with you on strength as well. This one is 2 Chronicles 16:9. It is, for the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show Himself strong on the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards Him. So those of us whose heart is perfect towards God, He's standing in for us. He is running to and fro. He is looking out for His children, right? So this is something that I want you to just understand. Your strength is important, and the way that your strength is going to be stronger and able to be on loan, you got to be standing on business. And business is on in that word. Stand in that word. Get on your face before God. Increase your prayer life, your meditation. We mentioned yesterday, ways to, usher God in. Turn that Pandora on, put that music on that's going to usher you into worship. That's what's going to happen. And when you see these hard times come, when you need to stand in and go in and lean in your worship. Worship even when, the minute that it hits you. Praise God. And that seems difficult most times. Hi, Mary. That seems difficult sometimes to worship God when you are in the midst of storm. But honey, that's when, right now, that's when you're trying to, confuse your adversary. Get into worship. And so I said that I would share with you a situation that happened to me yesterday, and I needed strength. I had both my big sisters praying, my baby girl, whatever. So, as I shared that I lost my mom, and I never ever deleted any messages from my mother. Right, I always kept her voicemail, especially on my birthday, when my mom would call me, I wouldn't answer her right away. Hey, Patricia, darling. I wouldn't answer my mom right away because I knew that she was going to sing to me on my voicemail, right? And so, and by the time, I would be like, doo, 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 waiting till I figured she was finished, and then I would call her back, right? But that was the thing that constantly me. I would just play my mom's voice messages. I just kept them. But then when I lost my mom, oh my God, just to be able to play her voicemail, those voicemails back and hear her over the years. I'm talking about way back till 2015. I had my mom's voice recording saved. And and so I didn't realize just how, really, that I needed that whenever I lost my mom. And I would, and especially my birthday is coming up on Saturday. And I was, just cleaning out my voicemail, because it had gotten full. And so I'll always just stroll down, and, play my mom's. And they were gone, y'all. They were gone. They were gone. They're gone. And I knew it, recently I had gotten a different phone, and then we, changed our service provider after a long time. So, but I had my old iPhone in the car, and it was charged up, and I'm going in it, and I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I'm looking, trying to find they were gone. And I'm telling you, it hit me so hard. I was just devastated. I was devastated, and then I realized that in my grief, you know, I think, I went through. I grieved. But when that happened to me last night, I had never cried so hard after I lost my mom like I did last night. Like feeling like just the fact I lost her voice. I lost, those, her singing to me. And it hit me so hard. It hit me so, I was so devastated and I was so broken. And I called my daughter and, to see if she could help me figure out, how to, retrieve them. And we still hadn't figured it out, and I called my sister and her, and they were trying their best to console me, my two big sisters. And so I needed to borrow their strength last night because I was so hurt. I was so devastated. Y'all, excuse me. But I needed that. And this topic coming today of strength, I need this. I need this right now. This very moment, because now, hey, we're gonna, we're going to the carrier today. We need to figure out how can I get my mom's voice back? How can I get her back, right? So I just wanted to share that I was telling the truth yesterday when I said when you are going to sacrifice and go on this fast, challenges are going to come your way. Um, you don't go through a sacrifice trying to be close to God and the enemy is not going to come and visit you. Again, he's on his job and we have to be on our jobs. And I'm just so grateful I was able to, hey, I already told y'all I'm a baby girl, right? Of 8 siblings. So, and all of my siblings, are living. And so the fact that I can pick up the phone and I can be that little girl. I turned into Clara's little girl, last night because I was so hurt and I was so devastated. And I needed, hey, you talking about somebody's strength being on loan? My sisters, their strength, and my daughter, their strength was on loan because I was devastated. And I believe with every fiber of my being that that was the part of my grief I hadn't tapped into. And it was because like I said, yes, of course I've mourned my mom and I've cried and everything, but it was nothing like last night of realizing that I'd lost her voice. I'd lost the songs. I'd lost all those voicemails that I cherished all these years. Excuse me, that I cherished all those years. So I'm asking y'all, if y'all got some strength, put it on long for you, girl, and pray for me. Please pray for me. So now we're going to go into the prayer for today, and I'm going to share in the prayer with you. Again, we are on day 3 of our fast, and it is on strength. And of course, our series is, Are You Being Fast? I truly hope that you are, and that you are focused on drawing to God and getting in the Word. So the prayer today is as follows. Lord, I am yours. Oh, I need thee every hour. I really need thee. I offer you my weakness, for your strength is made perfect in my weakness. Says 2 Corinthians 12:9. Empower me to stay strong through the physical challenges of the fast and to grow stronger in my faith. All I need is you. All I need is you. You alone are my strength, oh God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, that you are touched with the feelings of my infirmities. Let me stop right there. You are touched with the feelings of my infirmities. God felt my pain last night. And he feels yours each time that you are hurting, each time you're going through it. And whatever challenges that you're about to go through this fast, God, he feels your infirmities. Bless the Lord. You see the struggles in my life and you know how they have shaken me. They've not shaken you, Lord. Free me from every fear, every limitation, from drawing back from intimidation. You are my peace, my strength. Amen. That is the prayer for today. But I tell you what, that was so timely for me, and I'm needing it right now, this very, very moment. And when I was, going through that prayer, even this morning, it made me think of the song that we would hear in church all the time when it says, Lord, I'm yours. I need thee every hour. Oh man, that took me way back from Southern church. What we would have. In my small church back home, wooden floors. When they would just tell it, I need thee, oh, I need thee every hour. That's what I feel right now. I need him every hour, every second. And I know that you do too. But the strength that God will rain down on us, I'm waiting. I am in anticipation of having the strength of the Lord to carry me through this that I'm feeling right now, that I'm going through right now. And I want you to do the same, whatever it is. Whatever it is, whatever challenge facing, whatever setback, whatever hardship, whatever disappointment, whatever heartache, whatever heartbreak, trust God to give you the strength to go through it. To go through it. Now I'm praying to God that I have a praise report that I was able to retrieve and to find my mama's voice, my mama's songs, and everything. I pray to God that I will. And I want you guys to keep me in your prayers. And thank you so much for sharing this time with me. It means so much to me that you will come on and indulge me. So tomorrow we'll be back at the same time. Tomorrow is day 4. Oh, and I love this topic. I am going to love this topic and to share with you. So I will be sending you notice, and I want to tell you that you are an amazing person. You are going on this fast, and you are after the same thing that I am after. So we're in this together, drawn to God, strengthening ourselves, getting deeper into the Word, and making certain that we strengthen our prayer life, because we have to fortify ourselves for this race. And so I'm grateful that I do on this journey with me. So thank you very much. So right now I'm going to address Patricia. Patricia says, oh. Now me and Tricia, now we from the same hometown, y'all. Hey Pam, we from the same hometown. We went to the same church. We sang in the choir. The way she sang, hey, you go ahead, girl, and sing it. I remember that time when your mom used to sing in church all the time, and she sung at my mom's funeral. That's right. My mom was a gospel singer, and she sang all over. And for me to lose her voice, that's why Trisha can understand why it hurts me so much. And I remember your mom. I loved Miss Marguerite so much, so very much. So yeah, and a lot of people, all over can attest. My mom done sang at a whole lot of people's funerals, and they say I got my little do re mi from my mama, but trust me, I ain't got it like her. But thank you so much. Hey Pam, how you doing? I love you so much. So we're gonna tune in, y'all. Listen to the live if you missed it and everything, and tune in tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I'll be back, Laura willing to say the same. And I thank you for being here. Thank you, Jason, Mary, Patricia, Pam. Thank you guys on my and y'all that's on Facebook. Y'all go on over there and subscribe to my YouTube channel, darlings, and you'll be a blessing to me. And y'all know my birthday is on Saturday. My birthday is on Saturday, and I'm gonna be celebrating my birthday. And so y'all keep me in your prayers. And some of y'all got that invitation. Y'all know y'all come on out there and hang out with me, okay? So I love y'all so much, and y'all know that tomorrow I will be back, and I will look forward to seeing you. You are absolutely amazing, says the Wealth Tattle Tale. Not run till that. Keep being fast. Bye-bye. Behave back there.